Welcome back to Simply Trade Tips with Hammer and Heels, better known as Renee and Julie. As always, we're going to leave you with calls to action or FIO, figure it out. Please note that we finished our first series, Jules, on Tariff Chaos. Woo! One series down. So we're on to series 2, which is going to be career. So what should we talk about today, Jewel? It's episode 1 in our career.
So Renee, I'm thinking what we probably want to cover in episode 1 is what's on everybody's mind, kind of those career options. Like, what can you do with where you're at today, especially with the market exploding in the area of trade like we've seen it. So I think that when we talk about career options, I think what we want to start with is y'all identifying your value. So it is kind of what is your I guess, a marketing statement, right? What gives you joy in what you do? Are you more efficiency based? Do you like technology? Do you like the bottom line, right? And Renee, maybe how can folks kind of think through their value to the company?
Well, I mean, it's funny because, we're going to talk about a few other things, but value is not just one thing, I think, at work. Are you appreciated for your knowledge, right? Are you, do they take into consideration your background? Do they bring you into important meetings, right? There's a whole, value isn't just wrapped around compensation, I guess. So I think value is, look, does my boss appreciate my knowledge? Does my boss consider me when I'm, when there's important meetings to be in, especially in trade in this day and age? This is the time when you really know, am I valuable? Because, hey, look, we're on the cover of the New York Times every day, our industry. So we should be in the executive boardrooms right now, right?
Right. And if you weren't feeling your value before, you should be feeling it now. And if you're not, that might be an indicator of your company's positioning of your role. So that takes us to, Renee had mentioned compensation. So I think on compensation, I think we want y'all to understand is that there are ranges to each role, and they violently overlap. So I think that Renee maybe chime in on how folks should be thinking about compensation, getting more of it, right, and positioning themselves.
Well, there is a company, Gateway Recruiting, that does a salary review annually, right? So that's kind of interesting to to look at. And hey, am I in the right range for my position? Right? Am I a director? Am I associate director? Am I a lead? Am I, a supervisor? So they do that salary analysis. So it's good to look at that and what the benchmark is, right? Where are we? But honestly, I think that benchmark has been thrown off the table. I know people that are interviewing right now, and the job market for our industry, trade and customs and import export, is just off the charts, honestly, right? Now, I don't know how long it'll stay that way, but compensation is good right now.
Seize the moment. And I think it does go back to
seize your day.
Right. And if you're not feeling the value, right. And if you're not feeling the value, and if you don't think there is going to be another role out there for you.
Well, I think it goes in line with everything we're talking about, balancing the scales, right? Like, are you satisfied with the work you're doing? Do you want to do more of that? Do you want to be in a committee? Do you want to make sure you're getting to industry events? Do you want to do more training? Do you want to do a tariff classification? And how do you get into that? And I think our previous episodes, on networking will help you with some of that. But I think the big thing is, are you having joy in your work? Do you have enough responsibility? Do you want to do contraction or increase? Is your compensation with the market? And do you feel valued, right?
And I think just kind of framing the compensation thread and pulling that back, I think folks need to understand that sometimes companies, depending on how large your company is, they may have cycles for that compensation piece. So, or it might take a long time. So there's an aspect of either be patient or go find something different, right, within the company. Because sometimes you don't jump up enough to meet the market level if you're not looking externernally.
Yeah. And how about like a weighted average? What's more important? Like maybe for me, it's work and, my work satisfaction and my value at some point in my career became super important. Maybe for someone else, it would be, compensation and responsibility. So awesome. Get to our trade community. Let us know how you're doing. And we look forward to the next episode. Thank you,
All right,
Jules.
take care.